Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to another LEGO Star Wars Copper Drop. Today we're going to be looking at the August 2024 sets. This is a really weird wave and a fun wave. Let's get into it. The first setup is the 75388 Jedi Bob Starfighter. Set will retail for $39.99, have 305 pieces. The first thing to talk about is the Jedi Bob minifigure. He's extremely cool. He has a special place in my interest for LEGO Star Wars. He's one of the more famous and cool minifigures of all time, so to have him back is incredible. The Mon Calamari clone and Gong Droid don't really do much for me. They're kind of weird and interesting, and my interest in them could really depend on how the show goes. The build itself is very good. It looks a lot like Anakin's Starfighter from the 2D Clone Wars show, and it's a really fun design. For $40, feels a little overpriced, but it is a little bit more beefy and still a very good build. This set will be a cop for me, and it will especially be a cop if the show is good and the show features this Starfighter a lot. Next up is the 75385 Ahsoka Tano's Duel Imperidia. The set will retail for $54.99, and will have 382 pieces. The figure selection in this set is phenomenal. Really, the only downside is the exclusion of Enoch, which would have been a really cool minifigure to include. But all of the other ones are extremely detailed, really good looking. So if you're into this show, this is a definite cop. For me, the build is just lackluster. Sticker detail looks cool, but it has to be a pain to apply all of those stickers. And really, I didn't love the Ahsoka show that much. So really, this is a drop for me. 75398 is C-3PO. He'll be retailing for $139.99, and the piece count will be 1138, which might be a sneaky THX 1138 reference. Would not be the first time that has happened. For me, this set looks really great overall. The coloring looks great. A mix of gold colors. Add the effect that he's really worn down in some places, like in the movie. Silver leg feels a little too silver. In the movie, it feels closer to the gold, but that's probably just the colors they have available. The stickers and printed pieces on his torso and chest look really solid. The stand looks great. It almost looks like something from a big Hot Toys figure. The scale is really great with R2-D2. That's the main attraction of this set, and really makes the R2-D2 set a retroactive cop. The minifig inclusion is also great. It's the best C-3PO. It's, I believe, the cheapest way to get it. Luke's Landspeeder being the other. So really the only downside is the eyes, which everybody's talked about. But this set all around is a great cop. And if you're a big original trilogy fan, this and the R2-D2 are must-haves. Next up is the 75396 Desert Skiff and Sarlacc Pit. This set will be retailing for $79.99. And we'll have a piece count of 558 pieces. The Sarlacc is the best Sarlacc we've ever gotten. It's a very nice, bigger build. The skiff feels solid, but feels a little small as well. And I'm really not sure about the color. It's very similar to the previous colors we've gotten for the skiffs, but to me, in the movie, it just looks darker than that. The minifig selection is fine. Leaves a little to be desired. Could have used a skiff guard or two, other than Lando. The Boba Fett's printing is slightly off from the Return of the Jedi version, which isn't a huge deal, but really is a big deal because this will be paired with a UCS Jabba sail barge, which is supposed to be coming out in October. The 9 Nub is a great minifig, the bonus 25th anniversary fig, with a perfect head mold. It's just a great all-around fig. The hero figs are excellent. Give me nice feelings from the old days of the original trilogy 2000 sets. The Han Solo, fresh out of the carbonite, looks great. The Luke looks great. Chewbacca is what he is, and Lando's a great fig. So all around, this set has its issues, and I really am going to wait until it's on discount. But with the way the UCS Jabba sail barge is supposed to be, this is a cop to be able to pair with that set. One of the least appealing sets for me of this wave is the 75392 Creative Play Droid Builder. So will retail for $99.99. We'll have 1,186 pieces. The set's just not for me. I'm sure it'll be fun for kids, has good variety and creativity. The 4 different astromechs are great. And the young Leia and her droid are interesting, but it's just not that interesting for me because I wasn't crazy about the Obi-Wan show. So all around, this set is a drop. Another set I'm not crazy about is the 75393 TIE Fighter and X-Wing mashup. So will retail for $109.99. We'll have 1,063 pieces. The builds are fine, but downgrades from their previous versions, like the X-Wing and TIE Fighter before them. The gimmick is interesting, but doesn't really do much for me. I'm sure it's fun for kids. The minifigs provide good variety, but are kind of boring at the same time. I really just don't know anything about the characters that are included in the show, so I'm sure the show coming out and being good could help this set a lot. But right now, this set's a drop. The 75394 Imperial Star Destroyer is one of the biggest sets of this summer. It will retail for $159.99, have 1,555 pieces. It's a good build, but a little bit smaller than the previous versions. Good figures, but would have liked multiples of the generic Imperial figs. And the Cal Kestis is unique and cool, but the interior for this set just isn't too exciting. And I've really cooled down on this set over time since it got revealed. I really wanted to love this set, but I think I'd just rather spend extra money on an older playset or the UCS version that retired a few years ago. So right now this set's a drop, but it's a really close call. I really want to like this set. Another strange set is the 75374 Onyx Cinder. Will retail for $139.99 and have 1,325 pieces. The set is really interesting. Nice spacious interior for playing with the figs. If the show ends up being good, this will be a fun set that people are interested in. The build is unique and interesting, but right now this is a drop for me. The last set of the summer wave is the 75389, the Dark Falcon. Will retail for $179.99 with 1,579 pieces. The figs for this set are incredible. Maybe the most unique minifigure lineup ever. The interior is interesting as well, including that gaming setup. The build is very good. Basically a copy of the 2019 Falcon that's still not retired. And the red and black color scheme is just sick. It's one of the most unique sets ever. And I'm very curious to see how this set gets remembered. Some sets, some of the weirder sets in the history of LEGO Star Wars become forgotten. So I'm curious to see if this set will be fondly remembered. So all around, this set is a cop. Really depends on how the show goes, though. If it features it a lot, if I develop more of an interest for this set, then it will be more definitively a cop. Right now, I'm definitely leaning towards getting this set just because it's extremely unique. All around, this wave featured 9 sets, 4 of which I gave a cop. This wave is really weird, features a lot of sets from Rebuild the Galaxy and new shows. So if you're into weird and you're into something different for LEGO Star Wars, this is your wave. If you are a big fan of the original trilogy or the prequels, this really isn't your wave, except for maybe the C-3PO, the Desert Skiff, and the Imperial Star Destroyer. But not a lot here. In fact, no prequel sets unless you count the Jedi Bob Starfighter. So really missing on those prequel sets, but still a very good all-around wave and one of the more unique waves in the history of LEGO Star Wars.